Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? So check this out once again. Shameless plug. I thank everybody that's been supporting me, right? But this video is not about that, right? What I wanted to talk about is, and I've said this many a times, that you have to, be so specific on what you pray for. You have to be so, you have to, really lay it out in layman's terms. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, right? But I wanted to share something with you guys, right? And before I even say all of this, let me tell y'all something, right? When y'all tell y'all story, when y'all explain, to people what you've been through, this is what you got to understand. God does not bless who you pretend to be. So if that story that you tell is not truthful, you know what I'm saying? No blessings is going to come from that. Number two, you have to understand that God places certain things on you to bring out of you what it is that he sees for you. You see, the truth can never be considered disrespect. Maybe how you present it, but the truth can never be considered disrespect. Everybody that's been watching my videos, seeing what I write, they understand that, I lost my grandparents, right? And sometimes I slightly touch on it, right? But I haven't, let me tell you something. I got another book coming out before my grandmother's birthday. And then I have another one that's going to explain everything, right? But here it is, though. I've been in court for over a year, right? And I had been praying for peace. Like I was just, praying like, God, just give me peace. Just give me peace. But what I didn't understand was what comes with obtaining said so peace. See, in order to have peace, you got to go and experience war. In order to have peace, you have to experience war. So I was praying for peace, and God was just throwing so many things my way. When my grandfather, was deep into his sickness, he went missing. Right? Like he went missing. Couldn't find him. My grandmother calls me. She calls me it had to have been about 7, maybe like 6 or 7 at night. And she called me and she said, hey, little Rodney, how you doing? But I can just tell, something was wrong because, we was like this. So I said, Mom, what's going on? And then she said, well, Papa's missing. I said, what? I said, what you mean missing? Well, I said, well, what time did he leave? She said, oh, he left at like 7 this morning. I said, what? And so I began to ask her, did you have somebody go, check whatever? And she told me, oh, yeah, they went up to the store and said that they didn't see him. And I lost my mind, right? And I'm telling her that everything is going to be okay. But deep down inside, I didn't know. Like, I really didn't know. Once the hours start going by, I didn't know. And, I'm trying to coordinate stuff from another state. Brittany's there, boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So many people that I can't, I'm drawing a blank, right? But the moral to this story is my grandmother, so a lot of people came to the house, right? And my grandmother calls me and she's telling me, who's at the house. And I can tell she's kind of frustrated because she kind of wanted to be by herself. And I told her, I said, listen, Ma, everything is going to be all right. Don't worry about it. Even though I did not know. Because now we going into the 12, 1 in the morning. I didn't know it was going to be all right. But I had faith, but I still had, that doubt. And my grandmother told me, she said, okay, I'm about to go lay down. And in that moment, I felt like she was going to lay down because I had never steered my grandmother wrong. So needless to say, Papa was found and, this, that, and the other, right? And I remember that sense of relief that came over me. He was found in a whole nother state. He had drove until he ran out of gas and he was in Ohio, right? But I remember that sense of relief that came up over me, right? And I remember then I just wanted peace. So before, my grandfather passed, you know, I was talking to my grandma and I was telling her how things would be when they're no longer here. And we laugh about it all the time. We used to laugh about it all the time because I knew. So upon her passing, I mean, I couldn't even grieve. Immediately, things started to happen. And the thing was the stuff that was happening and the people that it was happening, you know what I'm saying, from, it hurt me. And that hurt made me get into defense mode. And then I started wanting to fight fire with fire. So then I, you know, going to court, going through all of these proceedings and this, that, and other. And I remember, you know, my lawyer telling me certain things that, you know what I'm saying, you know, discoveries of what was said and everything. And I remember I was so frustrated. Like, I'm not even gonna say frustrated. I was mad. Because it's one thing to have somebody lie on you, but it's another thing to hear that stuff, right? And my lawyer said something to me. He said, hey, man, listen, you know, we good. He said, we good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, you know what? I prayed for peace. So I must go through this stuff to obtain peace. So now I'm ending. All of this stuff is coming to an end, right? And the truth will always outlive the lie. And I want y'all to remember this in your life. The truth will always outlive the lie. Some of the stuff that you're going through right now is because of some of the things that you've prayed for. You see, a lot of times, you know, your prayer life is like the ATM. You only come when you need something. But a lot of times, if you go to that ATM and you don't have the amount of funds that you want, you get nothing in return. See, sometimes God will place you in positions so that that ATM, so that that bank can start getting funds. And what we have to realize is some of the things that we want, we got to go through some stuff to get. We have to go through some stuff. And a lot of times, and I think I said this yesterday or the day before, a lot of times we look at the delay period as a denial. We look at while we're waiting to, if God sees favor to obtain what we're praying for, that in between phase, we think is denial. And guess what we do? We jump on to the next thing. You've been praying for that house. You've been doing what you're supposed to do, and it seems like it's taking longer than supposed. What you do? Oh, well, maybe it's not for me. And you jump on to the next thing. It could have been for you, but God wanted you to act accordingly. You see, I come on here all the time and I'm totally transparent with you. Them days that I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, the world is coming down on me. I go back and look at some of my videos. And what I like to do is I like to see what mindset that I was in there. You see, what God has for you is for you. Can't nobody take it away. If you want that hair business, there's 1,000,002 hair businesses out there. That has nothing to do with you, because what God has for you is for you. It's that in-between period that's going to show you if you really want it. That's why I say this lottery all the time when I hear people saying, oh, you know, the Mega Millions is up to whatever. Man, oh, God, please just bless me with that. I be laughing because I'm like, you are not even handling accordingly what you have now. And what you do not deem as a blessing, you would diminish. Take a look at your life. 2 years ago, where were you at? Probably right where you were praying to be. But now that you're there, it's not good enough. See, a lot of times we blame the devil for everything because it's easy. Oh, the devil is trying me. No, the devil ain't trying you. You just made some bad decisions. Oh, man, everybody always talking about me. No, that's not the devil. You just around the wrong people. And sometimes God would allow that hurt as a way to move you. See, for me, when my grandmother was going through what she was going through, I was helping people off the strength of her. She wanted me to do certain things and I did it. And I promised her that, you know what I'm saying, for her, she wanted me to take all of the stuff that I was saying about my grandfather and this, that, and other and put it into book form. And Lord willing, before her birthday, it will be available. The other thing I told her, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be the best version of myself, and I've done it. I'm doing it. So when you are doing the things that you're supposed to do, there's going to be a segment of people out there that don't like you. But that has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with them. One thing that my grandfather was proud of was his name. And when people play with it, when people try to attack my character, my first instinct is to fight fire with fire. Now, at the tender age that I am, I don't have to prove to you what I know about myself. And I'm about to get out your space, but I use this example a lot. If you're walking down the street and somebody yells out that window, look at that fat dude or look at that fat girl, and you're instantly offended, that's because inside, that's how you view yourself. See, if I'm walking down the street and somebody say, man, look at that fat dude, I'm going to look with him because that's not how I view myself. What you answer to is indicative of how you view you. So when I first started going through all of this stuff, the courts and this, that, and the other, I was so concerned about the lies, but I was praying for peace. But in order to have peace, you must know what war looks like.
Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.